They go then. Killian a little bit slow to go, so too on the far side. Bold Optimist that's slightly tidily away for the Symphony Group Handicap as we get underway for the Sky Bet Ebor meeting, this £120,000 sprint with T-Spirit on the near side, Red Cap showing up from Bergerac, Desert Cop right up there as well as We Never Stop in the pink colours, followed then by Wen Moon on the near side, Halcombe Bay travelling with Silky Wilkie on the far side, Democracy Dilemma, then from behind One Night Stand there just shaken up, then down the centre is Never Dark, the blue jacket noseband. On the far side looking for Lynda, JM Jungle in the lime green with Copper Knight, the white sleeves travelling well off the pace, driven along behind them Tropical Island on the far side. Bold Optimist hasn't quite got there. On the near side the leader still is T-Spirit. On the far side it's still Democracy Dilemma and Ross Orion as they approach the closing stages. JM Jungle is lunging though with looking for Lynda. Shagraan running on behind them and is keeping on dually as they race up towards the line here. JM Jungle is just in front and JM Jungle has got there from Jordan Electrics with looking for Lynda, Democracy Dilemma and Shagraan on their heels.
Third last year, a winner this. JM Jungle has won. It's another winner at the Ebor Festival for John and Sean Quinn. Jason Hart doing the steering. It's very tight for second. Jordan Electrics gets second. Looking for Lynda, looks as though that one's got third ahead of Democracy Dilemma in fourth and favourite Shagraan in fifth. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the Symphony Group Stakes. So often come these big festivals, the Quins have proven time and again they can target one to get it right on the day. JM Jungle goes two better than last year under a super cool ride from Jason Hart, who enjoyed his finest hour as a rider when winning the Coolmore Nunthorpe here on Highfield Princess. JM Jungle is a smart sprinter on his day, and a little dip in his handicap markers collided with a glorious return to form at a track that he enjoys, Martin.
And stall 6 beats 7, 2, 3 and 8. Single figure draws, completely dominating, and we do have a couple of sprint handicaps to come a little bit later on the card as well, so that could be significant. But he's really toughed it out, hasn't he, JM Jungle, stretching on in that final 100 yards, really asserting his authority. What a run again from Jordan Electrics. He's an amazing horse this year, isn't he? And what a job Jim Goldie's done with him. Right back on point and probably producing another career best in defeat.
If you had backed JM Jungle, I think one person quite near me had, you wouldn't have ever been in too much doubt that he would be in the mix. The question would be, what would he then deliver when Jason Hart let him down? He absolutely tanked through the race behind a horse in Democracy Dilemma, who's one of the fastest over 4 furlongs anywhere in training.
Yeah, and he's run a massive race considering he's giving a stone and 2 to the winner. He hasn't relented, and there's a blanket over the placed horses. But I'd imagine Jason Hart couldn't have imagined a better setup for him to track the pace. He'd daylight everywhere and his horse relaxed where he was because the pace was generous. With a furlong to go, he started to ask for effort and there was just enough left in the locker. But this guy, as you said, he's been coming down the ratings to a reasonable mark. He'd run so well in the race last year and they've produced him to perfection today. But watch the fast finishing looking for Lynda, and on the far side as well, a huge run from Jordan Electrics, a horse that's won how many times this year? Up from a mark in the 70s to 101. He's gone down on his shield.
Bergerac's run a terrific race from stall 19. Yeah, it won't say in the form book that he's done anything special, but to get as close as he did from a draw where he never really had any chance was extraordinary, and he didn't really hit the gates as Tom Eves would have liked either, so that's a good performance from him. But draw a line down the middle of that screen, anything to the left, thank you very much, good night.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, so you have to sort of take it almost as 2 races to assess in a way, because the higher numbers clearly haven't had any chance at all, and the result completely backs that up. And it's typical York Sprint handicap on quick ground. You needed pace, you needed to travel. The horses that didn't lie up early were not able to get into contention late on, and I suppose one example of that is the Irish traveller Bold Optimist, Jane, who fell out of the gates and could never really go with them.
Yeah, him and Polkington you could have put a line through pretty early on. You can see from the movement of our camera just how windy it is out there. It's blowing in towards the grandstand, and the horses have merged together for the last part of this race, but well done to the Quinn team. This is a very satisfying win, a 4th career win for JM Jungle. The handicapper has done a very good job as well. Very much the first 10 home are well covered. Shagraan, just see with the white fluffy noseband, the blue cap, the back of your screen, he's running on from off the pace, but there was very few actually came from off the pace here, indicative of quick ground.
Now, whoever it is that devises which song greets the winner into the enclosure has had some fun with this one. Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, as JM of that variety comes in the lime green silks of MPS Racing and the Ayrshire Tradesman for John and Sean Quinn and Jason Hart. So many great days for the Quinns on the names. This their first Ebor Festival success with both names on the licence, which is rather nice.